in a space if you are having intersecting at one point, then the shortest distance between them is what? 0. R vector will be is equals to a1 plus lambda into b1 vector, and for the line 2, r2 will be is equals to a2 plus mu into b2 vector. Magnitude of pq is nothing but d. Magnitude of n cap is always a unit vector, which is 1. N cap is b1 cross b2 divided by magnitude of b1 cross b2. Hello dear students, a warm welcome to one and all. My name is Vibha, Mathematics faculty at Vidhyaashram Pre-University College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. In the last session, we have learned one derivation and based on that problems. And in today's session, dear students, here we are having session number 5 and chapter number 11 called 3D Geometry. And in this session, we are going to have and learn the skew lines. And based on that, the formula, derivation, and then problems. So let us move on to what do you mean by the shortest distance between the two lines. Okay. So here, if two lines in a space intersect at a point, then the shortest distance between them will be what? 0. This is very important, dear students. So what they have asked, in a space if you are having intersecting at one point, then the shortest distance between them is what? 0. Then here, if two lines in a space are parallel, then the shortest distance between them will be perpendicular distance, that is the length of the perpendicular drawn from a point on a one line onto the other line. Okay, so this is also very important. Now we'll be moving on to how it will look, the parallel lines, whether they are neither parallel nor perpendicular. So here in a space, there are the lines which are neither parallel or nor intersecting each other. See, neither intersecting nor parallel. Such pair of lines are non-coplanar, and then they are going to be known as I told you, skew lines. Okay. This is also said, statement is very important. Now you can see the diagram. So they are neither parallel or nor intersecting. If they are intersect, they are perpendicular. So they are neither parallel nor perpendicular. Then such type of line is going to be known as the coplanar, which is nothing but the skew lines. Okay. So here, for a skew lines, the lines of a shortest distance will be perpendicular to both the lines. What is that? The lines which is perpendicular to both. This is going to be known as the shortest distance in the diagram, if you see it as. Okay. Now we'll be moving on to the derivation, distance between two skew lines. Skew lines means what? They are neither parallel nor perpendicular. So here, let L1 and L2, see, this is the line L1 and the line L2. I have taken it as be the two skew lines with the equations. Their coplanarity means what? You are going to have the r vector is equals to a plus lambda into b vector. Here, for the line 1, let it be the a1 vector, and for the line 2, let it be the a2 vector. I have taken it as. So similarly, r vector will be is equals to a1 plus lambda into b1 vector, and for the line 2, r2 will be is equals to a2 plus mu into b2 vector. So these two equations you have to remember. So this is a derivation. This part you have to write it along with the diagram, DS. Okay. So next we'll be moving on to take any point S on a line L1. So this is a point S on a line L1 I have taken with the positive vector as A1 vector. So here with the positive vector as A1 vector. Similarly, you can have and T on a line L2 with the positive vector as, see, T on a line L2 with the positive vector as A2, then magnitude of the shortest distance vector will be equal to that projection of ST. Projection means OS and OT. So ST will be is equals to A2 minus A1. So here you can write it down. S2 will be is equals to what? A2 minus A1. ST means OT minus OS. Okay. So next you are going to have if PQ is the shortest distance of the vector between the line L1 and L2. So this is a PQ. You can observe the shortest distance is this one. So if PQ is the shortest distance of the line L1 and L2, then we are going to have it's being perpendicular to both B1 and B2 unit vectors. So n cap along the the PQ, then we are going to write n cap will be B1 cross B2 vector divided by magnitude of B1 cross B2. So this also very important, okay? So that when we form a line of a PQ and then when we are finding the shortest distance of that, then the unit vector is given by like this. And then we are going to have PQ will be is equal to distance into n cap, shortest distance into n cap, where d is the magnitude of the shortest distance vector. Let theta be the angle between ST and then PQ. So here in the diagram, so here I have taken the theta will be angle between PQ and then ST. Then what is the formula? It is given by PQ will be is equal to ST into magnitude of cos theta. Cos theta is nothing but you know already cos theta between A vector and B vector is given by A vector dot B vector divided by magnitude of A vector dot magnitude of B vector, isn't it? This is what the dot product of cos theta. Similarly, here if you have taken as PQ and ST, it is given by cos theta is equal to PQ vector dot ST vector divided by magnitude of PQ vector into magnitude of ST, okay? So here you can observe that I am going to substitute the value of PQ is nothing but D into n cap. So therefore, so here cos theta will be is equal to magnitude of PQ is nothing but D into n cap into, so you can have ST. ST is nothing but as I told you, which is a projection of a vector A2 minus A1. So therefore you can have ST is nothing but A2 minus A1, right? So divided by, now what is the magnitude of PQ? Magnitude of PQ is nothing but D. Magnitude of n cap is always a unit vector which is 1. So therefore we can write simply as D here. So magnitude of ST as it is I am going to write it as. Okay. Now I am going to substitute for a cos theta. So here you are having cos theta will be is equal to PQ divided by ST. So therefore I can substitute as here. So PQ divided by ST, so which will be is equals to, which will be implies that D into n cap. What is n cap, DS? N cap is B1 cross B2 divided by magnitude of B1 cross B2. So therefore substituting that, so B1 D into B1 cross B2 into A2 minus A1 divided by, so here D as it is, so you can have magnitude of B1 cross B2 into ST, correct? Now here D will get cancelled, you are going to get it as PQ, and ST also will get cancelled. PQ is nothing but what? D into n cap, where n cap is a magnitude of a vector, magnitude of n cap is 1 always. So therefore we can write which will be is equals to, D will be is equals to magnitude of B1 cross B2 into A2 minus A1 divided by magnitude of B1 cross B2, and this is a formula. You are going to have shortest distance between the line L1 and then L2. So this is what the derivation you need to do it. Understood? I hope you understood this derivation proof, and then based on this derivation we'll be solving problem DS. Okay, now we'll be moving on to solving the problems of based on this formula. We'll be moving on to the problems what they've asked. Find the shortest distance between the lines whose vector equations r vector is equals to I plus j plus lambda into 2i minus j plus k, and r vector is equals to 2i plus j minus k plus mu into 3i minus 5j plus 2k. Here it is in the form of what? R vector is equals to, I am writing here, which is what? R vector will be is equals to A1 vector plus lambda into B1 vector. Similarly, I am writing this is in the form of what? R vector is equals to A2 vector plus mu into B2 vector, isn't it? Now, you can compare what is A1, A2, B1, B2. So, A1 I am writing here, A1 vector will be is equals to I plus J, and then B1 vector will be is equals to 2I minus J plus K cap, correct? So, similarly, you are having A2 will be is equals to 2I plus J minus K. Again, B2 vector will be is equals to 3I minus 5J plus 2k. Dears, are you getting? I am comparing this. B2 is here, A2 is here. Similarly, A1 is here and then B1 is here. Got? Now, you can write down the formula. Shortest distance is given by magnitude of B1 cross B2 vectors into A2 minus A1 divided by magnitude of B1 cross B2. Now, first, let us find out what is A2 minus A1 here itself. What is A2 minus A1? A2 minus A1, just you are going to minus from A2 to as A1. Now, here A2 is here, 2I minus I. 2I minus I is nothing but I, right? I. Similarly, J minus here, you are having J minus A2 minus A1. J minus J, which is 0. So, plus 0 into J, right? Again, you are going to have minus K minus 0. Minus K minus 0 is minus K only. So, minus K, correct? Which is what? A2 minus A1. Now, you need to do B1 cross B2. DS, how to do B1 cross B2? Yes, B1 cross B2 is given by writing IJK cross product. It is not the dot product, cross product. IJK as the first row and then writing the coefficient of IJK of a B1 vector in the second row and writing the coefficients of IJK of B2 vector in the third row. So, here B1 vector is 2 coefficient of I, minus 1 is coefficient of J, 1 is coefficient of K. So, you can write it as 2 minus 1 and then 1. Correct. Similarly, B2 vector IJK coefficient are 3, minus 5 and plus 2. So, therefore, you are writing here 3 minus 5 and then 2. Now, you are going to expand this one. If you expand, first you need to take a positive I into leaving the first column, first row, minus 1 into 2 is minus 2. Again, minus 1 into 5. Another minus will come here. Minus of minus, you are going to get it as plus. So, minus 5 into 1 as minus here will be plus 5. Again, minus j, because we need to take for the second, what is that, column as a minus symbol when we are expanding this matrix. Now, you are going to have leaving the second column and the first row. 2 into 2 is nothing but 4. Correct. Again, 1 into 3 is nothing but here with the minus sign 3. Again, plus k cap into, you are going to leave the third column and the first row. 2 into minus 5 is nothing but 10. Correct. Minus 10. Again, already one minus symbol is there. Another minus symbol will come there. Minus of minus will become plus. Minus 1 into 3 is nothing but plus 3. So, now you can write down here minus 2 plus 5 is nothing but 3. So, 3i. Again, 4 minus 3 is minus 1. Minus of minus will become plus j. Here, minus 10 plus 3 is nothing but minus 7. Minus into plus is nothing but minus. So, minus 7k. So, you have to remember this or you have to write down here. Now, what do you need to do? You got B1 cross B2. You know what is A2 minus A1. Let me write it here. So, B1 cross B2 into A2 minus A1. What is B1 cross B2? 3i plus j as we found out here, minus 7k. Now, into what is A2 minus A1? A2 minus A1 here we have found out I plus 0j minus k. So, I plus 0 into j minus k. Now, what is this? Dot product. Dot product means you need to multiply I dot I, j dot j, k dot k, isn't it? Now you can have, which will be implies that 3 into 1 is 3 plus 1 into 0 is 0, correct? Again plus minus 7 into minus 1, minus 7 into minus 1, which is plus 7. So the answer you are getting here, 3 minus of minus is plus, plus into plus is nothing but plus only. 7 plus 3 gives you 10. So which is the value of B1 cross B2 into A2 minus A1. Why? Because we required in the formula. So we have calculated this. Now what we need to calculate? Denominator, magnitude of B1 cross B2. Here we have found out already B1 cross B2. What is the magnitude of B1 cross B2? Let me write it here. Magnitude of B1 cross B2, which is nothing but under the root of what? Coefficient of I, J, K. So here 3 squared plus 1 squared plus minus 7 squared. So if you do this one, you are getting 3 squared is 9, 1 squared is 1, 9 plus 1 is 10, 7 squared is nothing but 49, 49 plus 10 is nothing but 59. So under the root of 59, you are going to get it as, what about magnitude of B1 cross B2? Now you can substitute back to the formula. So shortest distance is given by, so D will be is equals to magnitude of B1 cross B2 into A2 minus A1, which is nothing but 10. So 10 divided by magnitude of B1 cross B2 is nothing but under the root 59. So modulus of this will be the same, that is 10 divided by under the root 59 is your answer. So this is what the shortest distance between the two lines according to the given problem. I hope you understood. Little lengthier here, dear students, but if you do it properly, you are going to get the marks. Okay. Now we'll be moving on to the next problem, dears. Of the same type, find the shortest distance between the lines. R vector is equals to I plus 2j plus k plus lambda into I minus j plus k. Similarly, R vector is equals to 2I minus j minus k plus mu into 2I plus j plus 2k. Now, you can compare this with the original formula, which is R vector is equals to A1. So, let me write it directly. So, A1 vector will be is equals to, this is I plus 2j plus k. Similarly, B1 vector is nothing but, what is that? I minus j plus k, correct? Similarly, for this one, A2 vector will be is equals to 2I minus j minus k. Similarly, B2 vector is equals to 2I plus j plus 2k, isn't it? Now, what we need to find out according to the formula? So, here we need to find out A2 minus A1, isn't it? So, what is A2 minus A1? Here only it is, you can minus 2I minus I, which is I, again, minus j minus 2j. Minus j minus 2j is minus 3j, correct? Then, minus k minus k. Minus k minus k is minus 2k, right? So, therefore, you have found out now A2 minus A1. What do you need to find out next? B1 cross B2. What is B1 cross B2? First, write down IJK. Then, in the second row, B1 coefficients, which is 1, minus 1 and 1. Then, B2 coefficients, 2, 1, 2. Expand this one, which implies that I into, leaving the first column first row, minus 1 into 1 is minus 1, minus 1 into 1 is 1, correct? Already minus sign is here. Again, minus second column we are expanding, leaving the second column first row. So, you are getting 1 into 1 is 1, minus 2 into 1 is 2. Similarly, plus k into, you are expanding now by leaving the third column first row. 1 into 1 is 1. Already one minus symbol is there. Another minus symbol will come there, which will become plus. So, 1 plus 2. 2 into minus 1, which is minus 2. Minus of minus will become plus 2. Now, you can still simplify this. Minus 1 is minus 2I. Again, 1 minus 2 is minus 1. Minus of minus is plus j. Similarly, here 1 plus 2, which is nothing but 3k. Now you come to know what is A2 minus A1, then B1 cross B2. What you need to do? Dot product of that you need to find out. Now you can find out B1 cross B2 into dot product of A2 minus A1. Let me write down. So B1 cross B2 is minus 2i plus j plus 3k minus 2i plus j plus 3k into A2 minus A1 is I minus 3j minus 2k. I minus 3j minus 2k. Now you can multiply this, which will become minus 2 into 1 is minus 2. 1 into minus 3 is minus 3. Again 3 into minus 2 is minus 6. So the answer you are getting minus 2 minus 3 is nothing but minus 5. Minus 5 minus 6 is minus 11. So minus 11 is nothing but dot product of that two. Now you need to find out magnitude of B1 cross magnitude of B2, which is nothing but B1 cross B2 is here under the root of minus 2 whole squared plus 1 squared plus 3 squared. Now if you solve this, minus 2 whole squared is 4, 4 plus 1 squared is 1, 5, 5 plus 3 squared is 9, 9 plus 5 gives you 14. So under the root 14. Correct. Now you can write down the formula. Shortest distance is given by modulus of B1 cross B2 into A2 minus A1 divided by magnitude of B1 cross B2. Now you can substitute here B1 cross B2 into A2 minus A1 is minus 11. Magnitude of minus 11 divided by under the root 14. So inside the magnitude or the modulus symbol, negative will become positive. So the answer you are going to get 11 divided by root 14. And distance cannot be negative, dear students. So that only we are taking here modulus. So 11 divided by root 14 is your answer for this problem. I hope you got this one. Now we'll be moving on to the next one, dears. Find the shortest distance between the lines whose vector equations are r vector is equals to I plus 2j plus 3k plus lambda into I minus 3j plus 2k and r vector is equal to 4i plus 5j plus 6k plus mu into 2i plus 3j plus k. As you know already how to solve this, I am directly writing A1 vector. Yes, this is A1, I plus 2j plus 3k. What is A2? A2 is nothing but that one, correct? Because A1 plus B1, here A2 plus B2, that is 4i plus 5j plus 6k. And then what is B1? B1 you have to come back to this vector I minus 3j plus 2k. Now what is B2 vector? You have to go to the next vector, which is mu into 2i plus 3j plus k. Now what you need to do? You have to do first A2 minus A1. Now first vector, see this vector minus this vector, 4i minus I, which is 3i. Similarly 5j minus 2j, which is plus 3j. Again 6k minus 3k, which is plus 3k. This is what A2 minus A1. Now next you need to do B1 cross B2. Cross product you have to go by taking ijk in the first row. Second row you are going to take B1 vector coefficient, which is 1, minus 3 and 2. 1, minus 3 and then 2. And then third row you have to go for taking B2 coefficients, which is 2, 3 and 1. 2, 3 and then 1. Expand this, dears. So which is equals to I into leaving the first column first row, minus 3 into 1 is minus 3, minus 3 into 2 is 6, minus j cap into leaving the second column first row, 1 into 1 is 1, minus 2 into 2 is 4. Again plus k cap into leaving the third column first row, 1 into 3 is 3. Again already minus symbol is there, minus of another minus here become plus, 3 2s are 6. Now which implies that minus 3 minus 6 is minus 9. So minus 9i. Again 1 minus 4 is nothing but minus 3. So minus 3 minus of minus, it will become plus here, minus 3j. So next, 3 plus 6 is nothing but 9k. So this is your answer. Now you have to do a2 minus a1, that is b1 cross b2 with the dot product of a2 minus a1. Now which implies b1 cross b2 is minus 9i plus 3j plus 9k. Correct? Right? Yes. And a2 minus a1 is 3i plus 3j plus 3k. Now you have to multiply. I dot I gives you 1. So minus 9 into 3 is minus 27. So plus 3 3s are 9. 9 into 3 is plus 27. What happens here? Minus 27 plus 27 will go. Remaining is the answer 9. Now what you need to do? You have to find out magnitude of, for the denominator of the formula, magnitude of b1 cross b2, which is given by under the root of minus 9 whole squared plus 3 squared plus 9 whole squared, which is under the root of minus 9 squared is nothing but 81 plus 9 plus 81. So the answer you are going to get it as under the root 171. So what is the formula? Formula is given by d will be is equals to magnitude of b1 cross b2 into a2 minus a1 divided by magnitude of b1 cross b2. So which will be is equals to, substitute b1 cross b2 is nothing but, which is 9 divided by root 171, otherwise 9 divided by under the root of 171. This is what the distance between two lines, whatever they have given. Now we'll be moving on to the next problem, dears. Yes, this is a different kind which is given in the Cartesian form, that is in the vector form they have given. Now here, find the shortest distance between the lines. X plus 1 by 7 is equals to y plus 1 by minus 6 is equals to z plus 1 by 1, and x minus 3 by 1, y minus 5 by minus 2, z minus 7 by 1. DS, you have to consider this is a vector of what? A1 vector, and this is what the coefficient of B1 vector. Similarly, coefficient of A2 and coefficient of B2. So therefore, accordingly, if you write, this will look like x minus x1. So x1 will be is equals to what? Minus 1 minus x1. Minus x1 is equals to 1. X1 will be is equals to minus 1. If it is there plus, the value will become negative. If it is there minus, the value will become positive. Y plus 1, again by here you are going to have it as coefficient of j is minus 1. Here next you are going to have coefficient of k is nothing but minus 1. So therefore you can write it as, so A1 vector, it is given by minus I minus j minus k. Similarly, denominator which is nothing but B1 vector, which is 7i minus 6j again plus 1k. Okay. Similarly, here A2 vector. So A2 vector is given by 3i. As I told you, if it is there minus, you have to take it as plus. Now minus 5k means here plus 5j. Now again minus 7 means here plus 7k. Correct. And then what is B2 vector? B2 vector is nothing but 1 minus 2j, which is 1 into I is I, again plus k. Now what you need to solve? You need to solve first A2 minus A1. Take the A1, A2, B1, B2 vectors, okay, according to the line. This is a line 1. This is a line 2. If you want, I can write for your reference. This is a line 1 and this is a line 2. Now you need to find out A2 minus A1, which is 3i minus I, which is minus of minus I. See, 3i minus of minus I is 4i. Similarly, 5j minus of minus j is 1j, which is 6j. Again, here 7k minus of minus k is plus 8k. Similarly, what is B1 cross B2? First write down ijk, then write down the coefficient of B1, 7 minus 6, 1. 7 minus 6, 1. Similarly, write down the coefficient of B2, 1 minus 2, 1. Expand this. So, which implies I into, leaving the first column, first row, minus 6 into 1 is minus 6. Already one minus symbol is there. Another minus here, which will become plus. 2 into 1 is 2. Minus j into, leaving the second column, first row, 7 into 1 is 7. Minus 1 into 1 is 1. Plus k into, you can leave the third column, first row. So, 7 into 2 is minus 14 because you are having minus 2 there. Minus already here, another minus will become plus. 1 into 6 is nothing but 6. So, you can further simplify this. Minus 6 plus 2 is minus 4. Minus 4i. Again, 7 minus 1 is nothing but 6. So, minus is there. Minus 6j. Plus into minus is minus. Again, minus 14 plus 6. Which will become 8, which is minus 8. Plus into minus is minus 8k. Now, what you need to do? You have to multiply this. So, A2 minus A1 here into B1 cross B2, right? So, which implies that, what is B1 cross B2? Minus 4i minus 6j, again minus 8k. Now, into, what is A2 minus A1? 4i plus 6j, 4i plus 6j, right, plus 8k. Now, you can multiply this. Minus 4 into 4 is minus 16. So, minus 6 into plus 6 is minus 36. Again, minus 8 into plus 6 is minus 64. So, the answer you are going to get it as, so 64 plus 36 is 100. 100 plus 16 is nothing but 116. 116 with the minus symbol. So, 116 with the minus symbol is your B1 cross B2 dot A2 minus A1. What do you need to find out next? Magnitude of B1 cross B2 to substitute in the formula, which is given by under the root of minus 4 whole square plus minus 6 whole square plus minus 8 whole square. So, the answer is under the root of 16 plus 36 plus 64. So, you are going to get it as, which will be is equal to under the root 116, right? So, you can write the formula. D will be is equal to magnitude of B1 cross B2 into A2 minus A1. So, divided by magnitude of B1 cross B2. So, which is, you can write it as B1 into B2, which is nothing but minus 116 divided by under the root 116, which is 116 divided by under the root 116. You can write here under the root 116 into under the root 116 divided by root 116. This 2 will get cancelled. The final answer you are going to get it as root 116. And this is your shortest distance between the two lines in the Cartesian form whenever they have given. You need to solve like this. Okay, dear students, I hope you understood all the problems which I solved till now. In the next class, we'll be moving on to other concept of solving 3D geometry. Until then, dear students, keep watching. Thank you. Have a nice day.